Charity of the Week. Please tell us your name and charity.
I'm Peter Cannell, and I'm the local group organiser of Coeliac UK Isle of Man Voluntary Support Group, which is a Manx charity affiliated with Coeliac UK.
How did the charity start and what is its purpose?
Well, it was originally called the Coeliac Society and it was founded in 1968 to support people who were diagnosed with celiac, because then it was still quite an unknown condition and a lot of research has been done since. Its purpose is to primarily help people having to live with the condition, also promote knowledge of the condition in the broader public, and to campaign for healthcare and support, because it is a bit of it's a bit of an unknown to a lot of people, because people who suffer from it tend to disappear quietly into the houses. They don't like to go out because there's always that risk associated with it, and it's not quite as scary as some of the other things, but it is something you have to live with.
Tell us about your team.
Well, the team that we have are local volunteers who are made up of people who are either celiacs or have to live with people who are celiacs. So, which, as you can imagine, is equally as challenging as being a celiac yourself. In fact, sometimes I think it's even more challenging, because certainly my family gets a bit more worked up about me sometimes than I do.
Who is the charity for?
It's understood to be in the region of about 1 in 100 people actually suffer from celiac. And some of the numbers go up as high as 2 in 100. That'd be 1 in 50 in Ireland. So it seems to be a very sort of Celtic condition, for want of a better term, and that means there could be upwards of about 900 people on this island who have celiac, or even if that's not been diagnosed yet. And that's what the charity's for. It's primarily for those people, so that we can get together, that we can share experiences, that we can advocate for sufferers, particularly in government and with the health community, and we can raise not just awareness but funds as well, which go into research into the celiac disease, hopefully at the end of the day to make living without gluten easier, but also hopefully finding some way to a cure or something that will allow us to live fuller lives.
What are your main goals?
Locally, our goals are to support people living without gluten by connecting with each other, sharing experience, tips and advice, sharing where it's safe to eat, obviously noting that staff change in places, so you always got to sort of always double check and have the courage to actually ask at times, because often the kitchen staff can be more than helpful and more than friendly. Sharing how to live a gluten-free life, especially with the significant costs now associated with it, with the cost of not only has the cost of living gone up for everybody else, but it's gone significantly up for those of us who have to live on if you ever go to the free from aisle, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. And to raise awareness of people having to live without gluten on the island, with people, with our MHKs, with the food retailers and caterers on the island, with those medical professionals, because believe it or not, there are some doctors that don't seem to take it seriously enough, which can be a bit surprising, and with the general public, who seem to think it was a bit of a fad, which is a good way to really, really wind up someone with celiac.
How is the charity funded?
Our local support group depends entirely on voluntary donations. There's no government money in there, there's no magic pot of money. It is literally down to each of us as individuals trying to be there for each other and help each other out.
How do you see the charity developing over the next 5 years?
We're looking to reach out to and support more people who live on this island that have to live a gluten-free life. To do this, we are looking for more volunteers who can organise events, work on getting information out to those who need to know, promote better understanding of celiac disease and the challenges faced by those of us who have to live gluten-free.
How can people support you?
If you have to live without gluten or live with someone who has to, by joining the Coeliac Society, or Coeliac UK as it is now, and that supports their work, their greater work, which actually benefits us indirectly too. And getting involved with us as a support group, because the more people we can get involved, the more we can help other people on the island. As I said, we're looking at possibly 900 people plus that are actually suffering from this.
Where can people find out more?
You can find us on the local, on the Coeliac UK local group page for the Isle of Man, and via our Facebook group, which has got the snappy title Coeliac UK Isle of Man Local Group. So if you put that in, you should be able to find us. In fact, if you start with celiac, the chances are you're going to find us. And we have an email address that you can contact us on as well, which is isleofman@coeliac.org.uk. So that's isleofman@coeliac.org.uk. And you spell celiac COELIAC.
The Charity of the Week. Profile complete.